Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. Welcome to the documentation area for our Divi Carousel Maker. So in this video, I'm just going to give you an overview of all of the documentation and resources that you'll find here on our website. You'll notice over here in the top left corner, on the whole left side here, you'll see settings, guides, and resources. So basically, this is the area where you're going to find everything that you need to know about using this plugin. Now on the main page, when you come here to docs/Divi Carousel Maker, you'll come here and this is the video you're watching now. Here we have some installation instructions. Now these will vary a very little bit depending on where you have purchased this. If you purchased it from Elegant Themes, you can log into your account there, download the file and install it. If you've purchased it here direct or from any other website, there's a couple marketplaces where you could buy this, then you would just download it from your account there. So this is a plugin, which means we have to install it as a plugin. So go to your WordPress dashboard and I'll show you that here. Once you're in your dashboard, now obviously before we go anywhere, we have to make sure that we have Divi installed. So under Appearance and Themes, make sure that you're using Divi or a child theme of Divi. From your WordPress dashboard, simply go over here to the left-hand side and click on Plugins. Then click on Add New, and then click on Upload Plugin. Here you can choose the file. So go ahead and click there and go find that file, which is located on your computer. Once you've selected the file, click Install Now. And then basically it's going to upload it, and then you're going to get this blue button that says Activate Plugin. There you can see we are in our installed plugins list here. And currently in this particular site, I'm just using it as an example. I only have this one plugin installed. So you can see here in the list of plugins, the name of the plugin and which version we're on. And that's very important. So now you have the plugin installed. Now it's time to start using it. Here in our documentation, we have a lot of different guides that give you examples of how to set up different types of carousels. But the main thing that you need to know is understanding how to enable a carousel of any Divi modules that are in your layout. Here we have some instructions and we actually have a little GIF here showing you how it works. I'll go ahead and show you on a live site here as well. So here I've added a bunch of text modules, kind of the most simplest thing I could do, right? So to enable the carousel, go into the row settings, so the green row settings, and then the key thing here is to go to the column settings. The carousels happen in the columns, not the rows. When you click on column, you'll see another tab here. It says carousel. So when you click on that, that's where you'll see the settings related to the carousel. And you can see the note here, due to the unique nature of this plugin, the limited ability for us to hack essentially the Divi builder, it's actually not possible to provide any preview of the carousel at this time. In the future, I'm sure that Divi will change and we'll be able to do that, but at this point, we're just simply too far ahead. This plugin is actually just it's kind of unique. It's no precedent for it, and so there's nothing that we can do about that. But I think it's actually pretty easy to build, especially here's a trick. Open a second tab of your page. So keep this one page in the builder and the other page, viewing it on the front end. And then when you're adjusting settings, you can just hit save or Control S, something like that, and refresh that live page on the front end, and you'll be able to see your changes really quickly. So it's really no problem. So here when you open this toggle, you'll see make this column a carousel. So it's just currently off. It's not a carousel, obviously, at this point. So when you click on this, that's when you enable the carousel, but then there's also all these settings that you can adjust. Now, I'm not going to talk about these in this particular video. I'm just showing you how you can get started. And here's where you'll want to check out all of these links here on the side. So for example, the first one here says settings list. This document gives you a list of every setting that is included in the module. It gives you the label, the name of the setting, and then it gives you the little help text explaining what that setting does. So be sure to check out the settings list to get a really clear overview of how everything works. Next, we have some documents here that relate to specific categories of settings, and it's just the way that I've categorized them. There's not any particular order, but it kind of makes sense. So first I have general settings. This just covers in a little more detail everything related to the general settings. You know, it covers each setting in more detail than what I previously showed you with the list. Here you can see it's talking about the carousel spacing or what the module spacing is or using a custom width. All of these things it's showing you in more detail. The same could be said for any of these here. Basically, these documents just give you information that you need for adjusting all of the settings. So it's really helpful to be familiar with these top ones here in the settings category. It's just really in-depth look at the settings. Now these other ones here below that say guides, for example, this one here, they're all pretty much the same. They're just walking you through how you would create a carousel. So here's an overview. It's encouraging you to check out the demos, make sure you have your products set up, add your shop module, choose the number of columns, setting up your module. It's really just a step-by-step walkthrough of how to do this. And that's really how all of these work under the guides section. So be sure to check those out if you're trying to build a certain thing, like, oh, how do I make, a carousel of logos, right? Or for my staff to show people. You can look at these guides here. And again, they're pretty much the same. They're just tailored specifically for a certain need. And lastly, we have resources. So here we have frequently asked questions. We'll update this as we get more. Currently there's a few here, but as questions come in, we always update this, so be sure to check back. Next, we have the change log, and the change log, it gives you a detailed list of all the features that are added. Now in version 1.0, it doesn't really say a whole lot because everything's new, but as we release, 1.2 or even a bug fix like 1.2.2, things like that, when you get to that third number, it'll be a detailed description of everything that was changed. So it's kind of helpful sometimes to check back. We'll also put here on the changelog page any known issues that come in. So if someone reports an issue and we're like, oh yeah, this is an issue and we're working on a fix, we'll actually post it here ahead of time before it's even released, just so you don't have to keep reporting it. And it kind of goes along with the changelog. Once we release that, then that'll go from being a known issue to being a fixed issue in the changelog. And then the other one here is roadmap. Roadmap just refers to, plans for the future, what future features we had planned. And I have a couple listed here. If you have some good ideas, be sure to let us know. We'll continue to update that as well. And then of course, as we work on those features and they become features, they'll end up on the changelog. The last thing here is the demos. So when you come here to the main demos page, there's not a whole lot going on here on the first page. So you want to go to like, these here correspond to the documentation pages. So remember we were looking at the general settings. So we could go there and look at general settings or things related to the scrolling or navigation arrows. I'll just show you one here quick. It basically corresponds. See how there's like the different positions. I'm just showcasing those. That's really what all this is about. Hover effect settings, anything in this settings and features is actually matching the documentation. Here you can see the effect, right? Just showcasing all of that. Now over here on examples, that's where it gets a bit interesting. We have a whole bunch of demos, and if you've seen our introduction promo video, you've seen most of these already. But here's just, we basically just give you live examples of pretty much, every kind of module that you would normally use in a carousel. So that's all listed here. You can just go ahead and check all those out. Lots of different examples that we've made, and we're going to try to add more. And also, um, we really would like to be able to give these to you as like starter layouts, or you'll be able to like import one of them. We're working on that. Probably by the time you're watching this video, we may have that. So be sure to be checking here. We're going to put it right here under resources. It might say layouts, free layouts, or downloads, or whatever we call it. It's going to show up here. And like I said, by the time you're watching this video, it may already be something we have done. But we just wanted to get the plugin released at this point. That does pretty much cover everything related to our documentation. Now we do have, everything's listed here again. Related to plugin updates, we have full documentation on that. That's going to happen automatically. You're going to see a notification in your dashboard. If you have any other questions, any one of these pages that we're on, so it doesn't matter like which page we were on here. In fact, let's just go to one. Anytime you're here, and like let's say you click this button, contact our support right there. So at the bottom of every page is going to be this form. So go ahead and use this. There's going to be some questions. I have a pre-sales question or a general question about using the plugin. I'm reporting a bug or issue. I have a feature suggestion, whatever it is. So basically it's going to populate based on what the question is. So if it's a bug or an issue, it's going to ask you for some more information so we can, properly help. Things like that. If you have a new idea, it's going to be conditional like that. So, if there's something wrong, or if you can't find something in our documentation, which I would be a little surprised because we do keep it updated, but let us know, and maybe there's something we missed and we need to make more clear. So there you go. This is the overview of our documentation area and everything you can expect to find here. And of course, this is being recorded when 1.0 is released. So you're going to see little changes here or there, in this video from, when you're looking at this in the future as we add new things and improve things and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. So that pretty much covers it. Definitely be checking out the demos and, be browsing for your answers there. Just like I said, keep in mind things may change a little bit, but we're excited about this. We hope that you really do enjoy using the plugin, and we're excited about new features. Definitely let us know new features that you want to see. We're all about adding new features. Like this is 1.0, okay? So we're all about 2.0 and 3.0 and all of that in the future. So yeah, just let us know, and we're going to add that to our list, and anything related to how carousel would work, or clever ideas. So yeah, hope this was helpful. Browse around, check it out, play around with the demos, and we really hope that you enjoy this. And one thing that would really help us is just to share the word. If you find this useful, share it around, maybe some Facebook groups or your friends or wherever it is, recommend the plugin and leave us a review. That would help a lot, very much. So we thank you and enjoy.